Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with your GBHL host, GBHL James.
And GBHL Jeremy. And is it week 39 or week 40 now?
I think we're on week 39.
Week 39.
A long running show. Speak Brendan Question is here again. Look, the camera is so good, this new camera. It's following my face, look.
I can't see myself, I'm covered by all the icons on here.
It's a sophisticated piece of kit. Oh, I wonder how these guys found, you know, seeing us in such high quality definition for a change. Because we did it in...
My phone records 720 HD.
Yeah, but it's not the same, is it?
It's better.
It's not the same.
It's not better.
It's not the same. It's not the same. No, we love the new camera, guys, and we hope you guys are enjoying it too. I mean, that Battle Company is just... Yeah. We were well chuffed. I would like to apologise in advance for the text coming up a little bit too quick. That was an editing issue. So when I was editing it, it didn't look like it was going that quickly in terms of where the blurred lines were. Yeah. But what can you do? Okay, so we're going to get straight into the questions. We've got more this week. Obviously, like us more this week.
Yeah, yeah. Also, in the description, I was like, we didn't get many questions this week. Hint, hint.
Sort it out. So we're going to start off with Lewis McDonald. He's put, yes, Jamie, Redbone, Come and Get Your Love is the best track on the album. That was
from the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
What's it go like?
I'll play it for you.
Oh, can I get some music? Just like to say as well, I think we should all send wishes to Jamie. He's feeling a little bit delicate and not very well at the moment. Got a bit of a nasty bug, haven't you? This is going to be Speak Brendan Question for the next hour. 44 minutes wasn't long enough last time. Okay, so thanks for that, Lewis McDonald. Make sure you ask a question next week. Next up, we've got James Stevenage from Australia. He's put, hey guys, I recently went on The Last Alliance and saw one of you from the GBHL posted some dwarves for sale a few months ago, whichever is Thermo. I've not been on The Last Alliance for a long time.
I've not been on either of them for a long time. What
dwarves did I put up there? I can't remember putting any dwarves up there. Let me know what they were. I just wanted to know that I'm interested if you still have them to sell, or if you have any others. Thanks, guys. Well, if you send me, because probably no good trying to get hold of me on the forums at the moment, I've been very, very busy. If you send an email to ilovewargaming@gmail.com, exactly what it was that you were looking for, I will tell you whether I've got them still, and whether I'm trading or selling them. But thanks for that, James. Next up, we've got Timothy Meyer. Timothy Myers put, hey guys, thanks for answering my question last week. After seeing the new Hobbit trailer, do you think there'll be Dwarven cavalry?
We're hoping so. We're hoping it's not like a post-edit thing, aren't we?
Yes.
Where Prime Miniatures have now left GW, they've not been put in post-edit, and they never got the chance to make them.
That's what everybody is a little bit worried about, especially because there were rumours that they were going to be boar riders.
Yeah.
They're going to be riding on giant pigs. And
so we're hoping Prime Miniatures haven't sculpted them on giant pigs, and then PJ's gone, nah, the pigs look stupid, let's put them on goats.
And then of course that would set that back for 8. I mean, from a game point of view, it'd be great. Dwarves having cavalry,
about time.
Awesome. And suddenly, do you think that suddenly makes a Dwarven army a bit more viable?
Yeah, of course it does. Depending on the cost of them, obviously.
I think they're going to be quite expensive.
Yeah.
Son of Ale price.
Knight Rivendell price.
We always use Sons of Ale as a point of reference.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. Use goblins.
Yeah. So yeah, we're hoping to see them, but we're just hoping that that those have been sculpted already.
Yeah.
So next up, we got Dave Egan. He's put, excellent to see Battle Companies back. Yeah, we were made up to be doing it again.
It was good fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was great. The traps were brilliant. I thought especially the best thing was the reenactment of what was happening when that
yes, someone commented saying that was funny.
It just made me think of Mortal Kombat. You know, in Mortal Kombat where you get knocked and you fall through the floor.
Yeah.
And you fall through the floor and you end up in the pit. That's a fatality. You go, ah! It's good. Whoopsie. I on the N64, it was great. He's put, it is indeed high time the dwarves and giblins meet in a proper contest again. He's put, the videos look great with a new camera. Yes, they do. Considering how successful the first raffle was, I'd say yeah, a monthly raffle would be a great idea. He's then put, Woses with axes equals scumbag. They are. It is scummy.
Yeah, I know.
It is. What do you think of a goblin army with 5 warg marauders in it?
I think that's scumbaggy.
That is scumbaggy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're looking at 2 things that you think that a Woes is the most underpriced model.
Yes.
You basically get all the special rules for free, right? So obviously, spamming them in there and then whacking some axes on them, it is quite a.
I'm not spamming them. I could take the full 12, but I don't.
How many did you take?
8.
Right, okay. And of course, then you're getting your cheap knight in there with Gamba again.
Yeah.
Who's now also got an axe.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag just saying.
Yeah, it's my hashtag. See, you're throwing that one around a lot now.
Yes, I am. But Warg Marauders are also quite scummy because there's a couple of things which are a bit broken with them, isn't there?
The fact you can't knock them over. Well, you can't get them dismounted.
And they cause terror.
Yeah.
It's a warg, goblins on a warg.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen one of them coming towards me, I'd be like, and then I'd smash it.
Then you'd die.
No, I'd take care of it. You've not seen my like Viking-esque haircut?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jedward. GBHL Jedward here.
GBHL Jedward. Hi. Yeah. I'm Jed, and I'm Wood. I don't know what they are.
I don't know their names either.
I
just know they should be doing like a national rail advert.
Yeah. Yeah. We're so cool. So I think that's a good impression. I can't do an Irish accent though, so. He thinks that a raffle every month would be a good idea. Now we think we're probably going to do this as part of a subscription, don't we?
Yeah, I don't think a raffle's decent. Fair enough. I don't know what the word is, but it doesn't seem right to do a raffle. Just expecting people to donate when we put a video out. I think as a subscription, making sure that everyone gets something back from it.
Yes. Is like a reward rather than.
Yeah.
And then whenever we need any kit or equipment. So please,
don't
please give us some money. But I guess a subscription service would get past that.
Yeah.
So we are working on getting website sorted so that we can do that. Because we looked into doing it through privately listed videos, didn't we?
Yeah, it wouldn't be. All it would take is one person to share the link to the private link videos, and everyone would have access to it, and then the subscriptions for nothing, basically.
Now, another point that he made was also about it's high time that dwarves and the giblins meet in a proper contest again. Now you're a bit worried about this for the giblin side.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Why? What's happened?
As long as the Warg Marauder survives.
Target priority.
Yeah, you try that.
But then he's soaking up a lot of wounds. But he can do the most damage. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It is it's always a tough call, and I think that's the problem that a Warg Marauder poses you, because you know it can cause the most damage. But if you focus on trying to get the wounds on it, like what happened in the Rohan versus Goblin Battle Cup, not Battle Cup, yeah.
Oh, but
Deadliest Warband, by not getting that final wound.
Yeah,
it was just like, because then they're still able to do what they could do for that one extra turn, which is enough to just horrendousness. But yeah, they're not meeting again next time, are they?
No. They've got 2 more games on their own each, and then they've got 1 more.
Oh, but they are coming together.
Yeah. I've not decided on this yet. I'll get your opinion on it. Should we have whatever it is at the end of the next game is how we meet up, or should they get a full heal so that everyone's there for the last game?
Ooh, interesting. Interesting. No, whatever's there at the end.
Whatever's there at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Stick to the stories.
Stick to the stories. I like the stories is the best thing about it, isn't it? You know, and I've been enjoying you.
I swear in the last game the Great Giblin gets knocked out and doesn't take part in the final battle.
Yes, it is. That's where I take it really seriously, like I did with the Elf Lord.
Yeah.
The Contest of Champions, retreating back past the edge of the board.
Yeah, cheating.
That was cheating, blatant cheating. Next up we got the Strategy Battle Gamer. And he's put, hello GBHL, I am Tim the Tall Man Taylor. He's changed his name.
What? Tim Taylor?
But I have actually checked this, I've seen this come up and I checked it out. He's put, I've just changed my name because I was thinking of starting a channel on YouTube.
Oh, good man.
About me and what's going on in the hobby. What do you guys think would be good pointers? I've got some videos if you guys want to check them out and give some feedback. Well, Tim the Tall Man Taylor, I did.
Okay.
He's a young lad and he's from North America somewhere, I believe. And you were very good. He's got a really good camera presence, and he can talk to a camera like fine. He's not mumbling. He's quite clear. He's quite engaging.
Yeah.
You know, so that would be the main sort of tip. You've got to, I guess you've got to be likable in some aspect, or at least have one of you which is likable, and one of you is a bit of a joke.
Who's likable out of us?
Probably you until you bring your woes out.
Me until you play me.
Yeah. In fact, I think this is as good a time as any to do this week's The Scouring
of YouTube.
Ooh, and that's right, we're going to scour the Strategy Battle Gamer. You will find a link in the comment section below.
Description below.
The description above the comment section below.
Yeah.
And we're going to go and we're going to scour him. He's only got 2 subscribers, one of which is me. Because I actually saw this morning.
Is that the channel or is that you?
The channel.
The channel.
The channel's, yeah, I Love Wargaming one. Yeah. Yeah. No. But it's as GBHL podcast. So we have subscribed to your channel, and I think we should all go and give him a bit of support. It's been brilliant to see a few people.
We've got Hobbit Tabletop Liga in Germany.
Yeah, I saw the intro video.
I speak a bit of German, but I had no idea what hearing a native German speak rather than someone else learning GCSE German. I had no idea what was being said.
I did not have any clue at all.
It was just,
but you look like you were having fun.
I look at it, Aragorn, Legolas, blah blah blah, Gimli. It's like, okay. I got those 3 words.
Can you say the 3 hunters in a German accent once more?
No.
Aragorn. Gimli.
And that wasn't in a German accent. That was just.
Yeah, no, okay. No, it's great to see, because that's what we want, and it's brilliant that, you know, since doing this channel, that loads have sort of sprung up. Because you know,
the more that's out there, the better.
Yes, it's a really good thing. So
just don't overtake us in subscribers.
No, then we'll have to come and find you and kill you. It'll be a different kind of scouring of YouTube.
Just go.
We have the monopoly on this business.
Flag all the videos as inappropriate. Dislike them all.
So we've gone a campaign of thumbs down hate. Every video, it'll be like the Greeks have attacked. That's where all of our thumbs down come from. For some strange reason, the Greeks don't like us. So that's this week's The Scouring of YouTube. We're going to scour Tim the Tallman Taylor, who is now the Strategy Battle Gamer. I want you all to go on there and subscribe to this young lad, because the videos, he's got a few unboxings on there, and his intro video is quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on with his first bat rep. So what advice would you give him in terms of pointers for growing the channel? Growing his channel?
Something we found was very useful was just having daily content rather than sort of weekly or bi-weekly. It's hard to do. We dedicate pretty much a day to getting this big video, and then lots of other stuff. Yes. Daily content, make sure it's interesting, which from what James said, it sounds like you are quite interesting to watch, which is good.
He's comfortable with the camera, and that's really, he doesn't seem awkward.
And
he's only a young lad, but
to begin with as well, especially to begin with, interact with your audience through the comments section, because then it makes them feel like you're part of the community. And
that's why Damien's videos are doing really well at the moment. I mean, the show is shocking, but he gets on.
Well, the thing with
it's important though.
From an analytic point of view, if you comment on someone's, if you reply to someone's comment, and they've got the notification that you've replied, you go back to it, they then put the video back on, and he gets another view on your video.
It does, which is really helpful. So yeah, community interaction. I mean, getting out daily content might be a bit of a stretch for you. Obviously, we're a team, and we are trying really hard to dedicate this time. Obviously, having GBHL Damien and that other guy Tom involved is going to help with that going forwards. Maybe even if you've got something which is regular, so people know that. So, for example, let's say that heaven forbid, you know, GBHL Damien and the other guy Tom decided that they wanted to set up a YouTube channel, and they just had the Palantir as a show. The key thing would be that show is every Friday. Yeah. You know, or because that's the key thing with podcasts, isn't it? Generally, that people, they expect it, and if they expect it and then they are satisfied, then they keep coming back because they know that that's when it's happening. But if they expect it and it doesn't happen, it's why we've made such an effort to make sure Speak Friend and Questions out all the time, because you know, we don't want to let you guys down. So hopefully some good tips there for you. So next up we've got Bran Bolger. So thanks guys for answering my question last week. It's a pleasure. So my question this week is, where do you get the rules for battle companies? My cousin has a surgery to his knee around Christmas, and the second week of Christmas he won't be able to leave his house, so we wanted to play a Battle Companies campaign. And when will you continue Battle Companies? Keep up the good work. Well, the last bit's easy to answer.
It's already it's out there again.
Every Wednesday, only on the GBHL YouTube channel.
Did it go out on Wednesday?
It goes out on Wednesday.
If you go back to the very first Battle Companies, there's a link in the description to the rules pack that we're using. So if you do that.
Yep, go on to that video. That'd be brilliant. Next up, we got Tom Turtle. He's put, why does Steve never use Faramir, captain of Ithilien? He's put, also love the idea of a GBHL host showdown. Also, are you guys into rugby? Thanks as always. So should we start off? Why does Steve never use Faramir, captain of Ithilien?
I think captain of Ithilien, the profile has disappeared. It's not in the new rules, in the Kingdoms of Men.
Is that the profile that was in a White Dwarf or something?
It was in a White Dwarf and was released as a reinforcement one. That's you know the one where he's on the horse and he's got the shield and he looks really cool, sort of Imrahil-esque. One was released for him, and he was like still fight 5, but had 3 attacks, 3 wounds, 333, and essentially was Imrahil was a 12-inch banner for like Warriors of Gondor.
That's cool.
But when he got carried into the new rules, he just got all his gear and upgrades there thrown onto the old Faramir profile.
So it's a profile that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
and that's why it doesn't get used. Phenomenal.
It's a real shame, though.
A host showdown. Now, I watched the planting.
Yeah, I watched it last night as well.
Yeah? They seem pretty confident.
Well, yeah, they did. No, we seemed confident in the last Q&A.
Yeah, but it's all just bravado. I don't really think I can win.
I think I can win. I'll take on my own.
Do you know what I think? But in all seriousness, I guess the key thing is what we were talking about. It's the combinations of forces.
Yeah.
So it's the fact that, okay, if they went as good and they were taking their own armies, Damien's good army is sort of more of a fluffy Battle of 5 armies. Well, we say fluffy, some of it's a bit of an excuse for cheese in combination. But, it's a themed army.
Yeah.
And then Tom's obviously got his Wood Elves, which is most competitive.
Yeah.
Whereas, if we were going good, we've got 2 quite optimised good lists.
Yeah.
For evil,
you've got Reavers and Shade.
I've got Reavers, which I've never used. I'm key to point out. And you've got a nasty, horrible goblin.
Well, I've got a boring. I don't like the goblin list, but yeah, it's there.
Yeah, and it's a nasty build, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a nasty build. Whereas if they went evil, you've got Damien's Feral Filth, but then Tom, he's got his Easterlings. He's not really an evil player. He doesn't really like evil. So I think that might be
a similarity between Tom and I. We sit on the left. We're not the gobby one, and we both like to play good.
Yeah. Tom's a good guy. Tom's a good guy. So yeah, I think.
But not Damien. He's a
no, we love them both. And gosh, they've got some exciting news. Oh my days, that's enough. He's put, are we into rugby? Are you into rugby?
No. I was for a very short time. I think I went to about 3 Sale Sharks games on the run, and then stopped going.
It's just it's a great night out going to Sale Sharks. I've been once.
Yeah.
In like the directors' boxy bits and stuff. It was really cool. I do like rugby, mostly sort of watching international, watching rugby union. Rugby league's an exciting game, but I don't really follow it. I'll see it from time to time, but it's quite an exciting game. Where Jane's from, rugby league is huge because she's from St Helens.
Yeah.
So it's all like St Helens and Wigan and Warrington and Widnes and all of those wonderful parts of the world. How she came out of that, I've got no idea. So yeah, not really, but maybe for England. How about you? Let us know. Next up, we got Joshua Sithius. You like his ring race, don't you?
Yeah.
He's put, hey guys, glad you guys are doing so much for the hobby. Or so are we. Question: what do you think is the best solution to odd number of players? For example, my gaming group will be growing to 3, a 50% increase to look positive. We play battle companies a lot, so matches can be short. For high point matches that can take hours, would you suggest splitting the points or having 2 players on one side?
Yeah, I'd say potentially just doing 2 players on one side. So let's say you're doing a 1,000-point game, the most experienced of you are the person who can field 1,000 points, takes 1,000-point force, and 2 of you have 2 500-point forces.
Yeah.
Or you do 1,000 point force divided between the two of you.
Yeah. Where you bring 500 points, they bring 500 points.
Yeah. Or you just both write the list together and play the army as two like a doubles.
What we suggest that you don't do. Well, you can try it. We might find a way of working, but like playing a 1v1v1.
Yeah, it doesn't work. 3 models each. 3 hours later. Oh.
They enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it.
Because we hyped it up so much. It's coming. No, it's broken.
Yeah, that was a tough one to get out, wasn't it? So yeah, that's probably what we would recommend. Make sure you ask a question next week, Scythius. Yeah, it's good to see you back on the Q&A. Next up, we've got Kurt Leach. He's put, hey guys, I haven't asked a question in 2 weeks, so I have 3 to ask today. I've used the new tool. Have you used the new tools? And if you have, do you think that they're better than the old ones? Only have had them for a day now, and I've always managed to cut my finger with the hobby knife. They must be new Games Workshop tools.
Yeah, new Games Workshop tools came out. They're expensive. I've not used them. I've got all my old tools work fine, so I don't need them.
I would be the same. I've got no clue. But anybody who has got it,
they look really nice, and they've got this fancy toolbox and kit thing. They look really cool, but it's
you can get like a bag.
Yeah. You're paying more for the aesthetic of them than the actual increased like use.
Who was it? Was it Steve? I think Steve bought it.
Yeah, I think Steve.
Steve bought it, but didn't get the bag, and he was buying it for the bag.
Yeah.
Or for what it came in, and he didn't get that because he got it through someone else.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember who, but so he was pretty gutted about that.
Yeah.
So you'll have to ask Steve. You have to ask Steve. We've not done that. He's put, and will there ever be a rematch between the tournament-winning Wood Elves and the all-mounted Rohan in a get buff bat rep?
Well, we've actually fought the tournament-winning Wood Elves versus tournament-winning Woes Elves, I guess. Yeah.
The tournament-winning Wood Elves played the all-mounted Rohan twice.
Yeah. But
your second list, you left behind some of your more optimised things, didn't you? But do you know what would be really interesting? We've played against each other twice with those, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like in a kind of competitive way. Would be really interesting. It's going back
once in a competitive way.
What do you mean?
The first time was not in a competitive way at all.
That shock result. It was just the ultimate upset.
That was like, all right, I'll play this new guy.
I can remember.
We'll get into a fight. Yes, you can remember.
I can remember clearly, like it was yesterday. That was my sort of step up into the hobby, wasn't it? I put a post up for the reviewing the battle report and putting a link to the battle report in the One Ring, and it was Damien, Dr. Grant. He is on the forums, and he put, "You beat Jamie. Is tournament-winning Wood Elves at 500 points at hold ground with all-mounted Rohan."
It wasn't hot, it was high ground.
High ground, even worse. Kudos, and that's what he wrote. It was a great moment for me. Yeah. Rose from the ashes.
And then Tom Harrison always mentions when we played it, like, yeah, but you set up with your Wood Elves on the 24-inch line and didn't shoot him.
Yeah.
Really.
Which is true. Yeah. Which is true. The next game was really fascinating, because then that was when we kind of both...
I didn't have Thranduil that game.
You didn't have Thranduil, but you don't take Thranduil in your list.
Not in the Woes Elf list. But in the Wood Elf list you need him, because I can't get... Well, I don't want to put axes on my Wood Elves.
Yeah, you left Thranduil at home. You still had your Stormcaller on it, and that was the one thing that kept me in. One thing that kept me in it was managing to get into the Stormcaller once I got into the lines. Yeah. But what would be really interesting...
Although we did have the next turn where I had Might, you had None, and I had the Stormcaller with 3 Will. We didn't get to see that turn. That didn't get to play out because we ran out of time.
I think what would be interesting is to see...
Oh no, I've got to go and teach a class.
Yeah, that was a fantastic idea. Get off while I'm winning. Shame you can't do that in the tournaments. Oh, what's that? I've scored 1 point. I've got to go do a class. Well, I'm sure we'll play each other again. Yeah. Be really interesting. What I've always wanted is for somebody to go back over the rematch video and to calculate what the VPs actually were. I've been dying for someone to do that because I can't be bothered to do it myself. Because we were counting that horses gave VPs, which was wrong. So it'd be interesting. What would you have been able to bring it back?
Yes.
I don't think you would have done.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Can you remember when it was like 4-0 to me in our first 4 meets?
Oh yeah. Oh, what do you like? Boost your self-esteem a little bit.
And you did. Jamie is a great trainer, as you can tell. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do it. Maybe.
Maybe.
Just avoid each other whenever we can, from a playing point of view.
In tournaments, I'm up though, am I? I mean, no, we're 1-1 in tournaments, aren't we?
Yeah, you smashed me at, that was great. I enjoyed it.
That was contest, wasn't it, that one? Was it contest?
No, that was the one in Mansfield where, with the wizard.
Yeah.
Shadow and
that was
Sorcery.
Mansfield, that was...
Not Mansfield, Longbot.
Yeah.
But not Longbot.
West
Shadow and Sorcery.
Yeah.
At Titans. And you showed me how to use a wizard, basically. It was good, we had fun.
And then you beat me at JT's, which I didn't stand a chance.
You didn't have a chance, yeah. Hopefully we won't meet. It's just too horrible. There's too much at stake.
Yeah, so I really like playing Damien and Tom and everyone, but I don't like meeting them at tournaments. Well, not so much Tom, because he's bringing fluff.
Oh, what's that? Your Eastling force? Twice in a row on the top table? I'll take that.
Fantastic, let's do this. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? Like a showdown on at the league finale, top table.
You can't because you're running it.
No, not between me.
Oh.
Like you and Damien, or whoever's in it.
Yeah.
Damien Edge, final tape. Like whoever wins the game wins the tournament.
Be a tense game.
Oh, I'd be tempted just to say, everybody else, you're not having a game. Let's just all come round and watch.
No, that'd be horrible. You couldn't do that to someone.
Oh yeah, it'd be so horrible. It'd be a cauldron of pressure.
That's awful.
Right, I'm writing that into the rules pack. Okay, next up we've got Andrew McCulloch. He's put, thanks for the advice last week on getting back into the hobby. I'm going to my local hobby store next week to pick up the source book. Good idea. Essential buys. Yeah. When I was digging out my old minis, I was wondering whether to repaint them, especially Theoden and Aemma's. Their armour looks a bit messy and I have a steady hand now. If I do repaint them, should I strip the paint? And if so, what should I use, or just prime them and start over?
You should strip them, and then because you get rid of the paint and you're not going to clog up any detail. I, however, am lazy and just spray paint over them.
Yeah, what happens if you spray paint over them, especially if they've had a thick coat of paint, which if you did them when you were younger, it's quite likely. Yeah. Because that tends to be the biggest mistake then, like straight from the paint pot, straight on, no primer, just metal underneath. But if you're going to strip them, Fairy Power Spray really works. And if, Dettol works as well.
Yeah, just dunk them in it, leave it overnight.
Yeah, that like brown Dettol stuff. It's messy.
It stinks.
It's messy. It's horrible. So yeah, I'd say Fairy Power Spray. I've also started painting the Rohan Commanders, and managed to drop one, breaking the spear in 2 places. Hopefully, it's not assigned to stick with 40k. Nah, you drop any model. You drop a Land Raider on the floor. It's going to smash, isn't it? So, Rohan Commanders is a good set. If you want to get rid of the captain, I'm always looking for Rohan captains holding dead orcs. Still. Yeah, I need more. I think I've got about 8. I've got 15 Sons of Ale. Most I've ever used is 6, but I'm dying to, like a 400-point tournament next year, take a warband, just for fun. Aemma, warband of Sons of Ale.
Yeah.
Be well cool. There's a proper like me army as well. You couldn't get any more me.
Okay.
It's true, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Next up we've got Jonathan Mack. He's put, thanks for answering my question last week. So most people assume that at one point in the future the Hobbit SBG will go out of production completely?
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, well, of course it will at some point in the future. When this happens, do you think Games Workshop will replace it with another film or TV series such as Star Wars or Game of Thrones? So this week's question is, which TV or film series would you like to see as a tabletop game? Well, should we start with the first part of that question? Do we think that they'll replace it with a...
I don't think they will replace it.
I think that they've learnt from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings that it's quite important to have your own IP.
Yeah.
Because in terms of what you want to do with
far too much... What they might do is they might do what they did before Lord of the Rings and bring in this sort of rotating third system where you bring in sort of a specialist game and we'll focus on this specialist game for 4 years and now it's gone and we're going to bring in this new one.
Yeah.
So like they might bring out Space Hulk for 2 years.
It's coming back out.
It's coming back out, I know, so it was my example. Bring that out for the next 2 years.
Are we getting it?
Yeah. Space Hulk's a great game.
Have you got it?
No, I sold all the bits off.
Ooh, did you get some money for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a ton of people on a wargaming trading thread that I'm on, and it was dead funny when it came because there's a load of them on there that have been sitting on their spake hulks because they've been going for like 150 quid plus.
Yeah. My friend bought. We were in Warhammer World, and he just got sort of his loan through, and he just spent it all on space hulks because they were the last ones in stock. So he took 12 of them home, and it racked up the petrol cost massively because it's so heavy, the box.
Is it?
Yeah, he got loads of stuff in it. But he just sold them all on eBay because he knew they were the last 12 in production. He'd got the last 12 besides like the odd one or two.
Yeah, you just put one up every couple of months. And
yeah. He made his money back plus some.
Yeah, will have done. Yeah. So it's quite funny because someone put up that they were selling their space. I don't want anything less than £160, and it got about 120 comments. Like everybody putting a link up, the YouTube link for the Games Workshop, the new space hulk, going gutted lad. It's coming back out. I think I would get it.
It's really fun. It's a great game,
and maybe something that we can do on the channel at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think that they will.
Or replace it with a new series or something? No. Nah, they won't.
If they did do a series, what would you like to see?
I actually think Star Wars might be an interesting one, but if it was a strategy battle game,
it's got to be a skirmish game, yeah.
Yeah, you can't have another block of units or big battle like 40k.
No, if you did it almost like an Infinity-esque kind of game, you know, in that sense, but small numbers of models, you know, and
you might even see
get people through the door of Games Workshop and use it as a way of getting people into.
You might see sort of Mordheim and Necromunda come back.
I think that would be a great strategy for Games Workshop anyway. Yeah. In terms of because
I don't understand why they got rid of the specialist games. The specialist games are great, and it got you a few models.
And it gets you in through the door because you look at starting Warhammer Fantasy. You're talking about spending hundreds and hundreds of
£400 on your first army, plus all the time you've got to get putting in to build it and paint it before you can use it in the Games Workshop store.
There's nothing entry level, so you bring back Mordheim where people can use
7, 8, 12 miniatures.
7, 8, 12 to get them learning the rules, but in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
And getting used to it, and that's going to encourage people to sort of build up, isn't it? Yeah. You know, so I think that it would be a good strategy for Games Workshop to bring back those kind of entry-level games that allow people to get into the system, but at a lower spend.
Just to like learn the lore, learn the fluff of the game, and then go, oh, actually these dwarves are really cool. I want to buy a dwarf fantasy army.
Games Workshop, if you're watching and you want to give us some money to come up with this idea, we can help you.
Well, we came up with the idea. We just gave it away for free.
Yeah. Next up. Lewis McDonald again. Oh, you must have put it twice. Yes, Jamie Redbone.
Oh yeah, it did comment twice. So.
Next up, we've got Mark Jelinich, one of our competition ones.
Yeah. Have you sent it out to him?
Yes.
Good.
This is a question for Jamie. You're like, you better have it done, James. You're a scumbag.
Have you said that Rivendell yet? That like Gandalf to someone?
Yeah, I did it all at the same time.
Okay, good.
Yeah. This is a question for Jamie.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Is it
now, how has your competition army evolved over the years? What type of changes have you made, and what are you thinking for the future?
How's it evolved to this? I've dropped Gandalf in place of Galadriel because she can lead troops, and I've not really missed Sorcerer's Blast terribly. Though in the bigger points games, I probably would drop her out and put Gandalf back in.
Especially now you got a Gandalf the Grey Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have.
What else? A6 Thranduil, but I've bought the Wozes and put the axes on them, so I no longer need Thranduil's knockdown and the Terrifying Aura, so they've gone in. I've included more Elven Blades because there's more Fight 5 out there with Reavers popping up, and obviously the Fell Beasts.
And we're going to see that a lot over this next year. Not from me, but we are going to see a lot of that because as the Great British Hobbit League grows, you are going to get people coming in who are coming here to win it.
Yeah. So got more Elven Blades to deal with things like Reavers to give me a better chance to actually win the fight. And Guards of Gladrim Court, I've now got 4 of them in the force to give me fight 6 to again beat Reavers and to deal with Fellbeast, force them to heroic strike.
Yep.
Rumil has also been included over Haldir because I wanted opponents to reroll 6s to win the fights.
Yeah, Rumil's good. Rumil's good. It's a great special rule.
Yeah.
It's I can't believe one of your Giblins has got.
No. He's got an even better version of it. He can force you to reroll any dice. So say you roll a 5, I'm like, reroll that 5.
Reroll that 5. And then I get my Element Games dice out. 6! No!
Yeah, probably.
Big red dice. Oh, he's got a bit for me as well here. But also, James, you didn't finish my question about Games Workshop.
Yeah, you suck.
I still think it'd be cool to have you guys do a speak friendly question with someone from Games Workshop who could explain what their plans were for the future. Well, I did finish the question, and I did finish the question because the point of the question, or the point of the answer, was that one, people from Games Workshop don't tend to know as much as what you think that they might know. They only get to learn things, 3 days in advance or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really short notice for the actual staffers, and then those who are in the big business, sort of the corporate side of it, are bound to sort of secrecy.
Yeah, there's these indemnities that they've got to sign, which keep people tied in for I think it's something like 3 years. By that time, all of that knowledge, or everything that they knew, is way out of date anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would do it with us. But if anybody thinks that they can speak to somebody from Games Workshop to get them on here on a speak friendly question or do an interview, then great. If you think you can do it, then we would love to do that.
I mean, the fact that they've not done it with people like Beasts of War or mini war gaming, they wouldn't.
They've got a very standoffish policy with independence, really. So I don't think that we would be an exception. Okay, next up we've got Camille Demansky. He's put, hi guys, good to see better quality vids. Yeah. Yes, it is. Everything going in a good direction thanks to you and to us. That's right. Down to you guys. This week I'm thinking, is it worth it to remove 3 goblins and add a campfire for my goblin troll army? What are you thinking? You'll never walk alone.
Yeah, the campfire is good for the trolls. If you can fight around it, then yes. I think you get to place it before the game, don't you?
So yeah, I guess if you're doing a scenario like a hold ground or a high ground.
Hold ground, high ground, domination.
Domination.
And for 3 goblins, you can get them back with a scribe. So yeah, I think it'd be worth it for the off chance that you actually get to the bonuses. Yeah,
I would agree. Next up, we've got Harry Owen. He's put, hey guys, I was wondering if you knew anywhere really cheap to buy trees. Thanks, guys. It's from Harry Owen.
If you Google it, there's a website called like the Tree Model Shop, and some of them are really cheap, some of them are really expensive because they're more for architecture buildings. But you can buy like bundles of trees, which kind of like these ones.
Yeah, not too bad, are they?
But you need to stick them to a base because they don't really have, a proper base themselves. I've gone off camera again.
To be fair, that's my next step with a bunch of my trees because it's how they're based. I don't like. I'm going to get a bunch of cavalry bases and
make them into individual trees.
Make them into individual trees. I think it looks better.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm going to do that with my trees. But yeah, model railway shops tend to be good places. Yeah. They go for a lot of money on eBay. Trees and stuff. Well, expensive.
It's because if you pass, there's one. Pass that one behind you. That's the building. These are Games Workshop trees that they released a long time ago.
Oh, are they?
So you find packs of 3 of these online, and they're the old Games Workshop trees, and they fit in really nicely with the scale of things.
Of course it does, yeah.
Whereas compared to this one, you can see the sort of the difference.
Yeah.
But
well, these are good trees.
That's because they're Games Workshop trees, and that's the reason that they go expensive on eBay.
Now we know. There you go. So yeah, keep an eye out on the model railways. A good person for advice about trees and stuff is a guy called Mark Boyland of the Chester Model Railway place. He's part of the GBHL community, so it's a good person to ask about terrain and stuff.
Just ask in the Facebook group and people will be able to help you out.
Next up we've got Stephen Gill. He's put questions for the week. Still trying to get my head around the more advanced hero rules. What is channeling and why would you do it? Also, what is a might caddy? Do you want to ask the first or the second part?
I don't mind. I'll answer the first part.
Okay.
Channeling is something that basically spellcasters can do, and it lets you perform a more powerful version of that spell. The most common thing you'll see it on is Fury. The hero will spend the might point to channel it, then they'll cast, or try to cast, the channeled version of the spell. It's just casting the same value, but with Fury, normally it'd be cast on like this. Gives you a 6 up save, but the channel version gives you a 5 up save against wounds. So it performs a more powerful version of a spell.
Yeah, and there are different types of spells, aren't there?
Those,
exhaustion.
Yeah. There's exhaustion, instant, and temporary.
And temporary, yeah. Yeah.
Some of them change the type from temporary to exhaustion. Like Cast Blinding Light goes from 1 turn to until you run out of will.
Yeah. Get yourself a little rule book if you can. On eBay, they tend to come up every now and again from the Escape from Goblin Town set. To be fair, it's worth getting an Escape from Goblin Town set just for the little rule book, and then sell the rest if you're not interested in it. or you can obviously get the big rule book. And a Might Caddy is a reference to a model which, in terms of its strength of use in the game from direct play, might not be massively significant, but because they've got might, it's well worth having them around.
Usually it's a cheap character that's got 3 might, so lots of the orc heroes like Grishnak and Gorbag and Shagrat to some extent are what you'd call a Might Caddy, that they carry around 3 points of might and they're used for heroic moves.
Yeah. In a good force, you look at Gambari Gan.
Gambari Gan's a Might Caddy.
Haldir for you.
Haldir in some instances, yeah.
Eowyn for me.
Normally it's someone who's not integral to your plans and can die, but you'd rather that they spent their might before they died.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I hope that helps. Next up we've got Frudder. He's put, hey James, a bit of an off-topic question, but what are your numbers for the big lifts? I've got 110 clean and jerk. Is kilos? It's very good. 85 snatch, that's very good. 111 kilo bench press, that's really good. You've got 146 kilogram squat and a 215 kilogram deadlift. Have been training for 4 years and I'm a university rower at 95 kilos. You're a big dude. You're a big dude. You're a big strong dude. Those are really impressive stats. Really good. In terms of my stats, I've not done my PBs and 1 rep maxes and stuff for a while. But now that I'm a little bit better from being ill, I'm going to be working up towards it. So what I can do is, at the end of my next mesocycle, I can give you an idea what I'm up to. But I can pretty much guarantee you I won't be lifting as heavy as that. That's how good that is. Yeah. That's really, really good. So, well done. Keep it going. I'll tell you who's a really good lifter as well. Mr. Perkins.
Yeah. George
Perkins. He's a member of our GBHL community, and he's such a lovely dude. He's so nice. Like, gentle giant, yeah. George. But all my days,
I've seen some of his videos.
I was there, and like obviously fitness just going through, and it's like George Perkins, and it says like how much he was deadlifting or something. I was like, what? And I looked, and just he's a machine.
Yeah.
Like far more than what I could do right now. So yeah, I'll let you know. I'll get round to it. Jamie, have you started any kind of fitness training?
No.
You planning to at any
No.
point? You don't want to at some point do a bit of fitness, for health,
nah.
Vitality of life.
Nah.
No. Okay.
The walk to work's enough. It's a 1 hour walk, both ways.
Good bit of fitness. Next up we've got Bradley Cobden. He's put, hi guys, I wondered what you think of my 1,000 points Last King Under the Mountain list. So he's put the Last King Under the Mountain. Thrall, plus 11 Grimhammers and a banner. Then a Captain of Erebor with shield, 6 Warriors of Erebor, 6 spears, 6 shields. Okay, so small warband.
Oh, is it just Captain 6? Captain 6 was that?
Captain of Erebor plus a shield, and he's got 6 Warriors of Erebor, and they've all got spear and shield. I think that's what he's trying to say. Yeah. Then he's got Thranduil with armour, with 12 Palace Guards, and they've all got shields.
6.
And
8.
8 of them have got spears. Girion and a bow, plus 10 Warriors of Dale. 6 of them have got bows, 4 have got spears and shields. Yeah. And then he's got Captain of Dale with shield, 10 Warriors of Dale that have all got shields and 4 spears. Have a look at that.
Yeah, that looks like a good themed list. You've got, what was it, 12 bows in there? From the 12 plus Girion. Yeah. No, 6 bows.
6 bows.
6 bows, Girion.
That's legal, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
And Thranduil.
Seems like a nice themed list, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nice themed list. I mean, troop numbers wise, 11, 17, 28, 38, 48. 1,000 points. Seems okay.
Maybe a touch too low. I like to hit at least 50.
He's got a lot of elites in there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like Palace Guards.
Palace Guards being Fight 6. I guess, yeah, you've got quite a bit in there. You got like Thranduil's going to make them all terrifying. And then you got the knockdown with him. Thrall, it's just Thrall. Thrall's not great. Oops.
It's the fact that he's not mounted with those stats, isn't it?
Well, not so much that. It's just his special rules a bit naff. The Arkenstone.
It's like a fate point, isn't it?
It's a fate point. If you pass it on a 4+, it doesn't count. It's passed normally on a 3+. What is it? If you roll a 1 on your fate roll, your special rule's just wasted. Unless you blow all 3 might to get a fate point back.
No. Not worth it.
But yeah, the list itself looks decent enough. and the theme looks nice as well.
Alright, that's a good answer there. So I hope that helps. Make sure you ask a question next week.
Have you skipped?
He's already asked that question.
Oh, okay, we've gone twice.
So next up we've got Longy970. That scream. This is the Lord of Middle-earth,
yeah,
as we refer to him every single time. And as you shall remain until you are usurped next year when you don't take filth. That's
your wedding's that weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you want to hear something really egotistical and shameless?
Go on.
I've sent a message to Nick Baton.
Ask him if it'd be another weekend.
I've sent a message and I said that I'm going to be inviting quite a lot of guys from the GBHL community to come down and make a bit of a social day of it, you know, because I've made so many friends in this community, I really have, and it'd be nice to have you part of the day, even if it's coming to the church and then having a bit of a day out in York together. You know, it's an excuse to go for a drink, and it's, you know, hopefully some people will be up for that and come down, and it'd just be nice to sort of turn around and see that, you know, Jane's family doesn't dominate the whole the whole church. I do have some people there, you know, so I'm keen on doing that for those of you that weren't aware. And yeah, if it's the same weekend, then, you know, that could be a few people who've got to make a really awkward decision. And I just said, you know, it doesn't. If it's later in that month, it doesn't matter that I can't go because I'll be on my honeymoon and stuff like that. Yeah. But it just might put a few people in a position, and it'd be a bit of a shame after the momentum of last year if some people did decide that they would rather come to my wedding, you know, and have a bit of a social, geek social in York. Look at you, you're like,
please, Nick.
So I
don't let James down.
I sent don't let James down. I already know your thoughts on this. So yeah, so I did actually send him a message, and it does seem really egotistical. It's like me turning around and going, your tournament won't even work if I'm not there and my wedding's the same weekend. But that's not what I'm saying. It'd be a shame not to be able to build a momentum, and if people felt like they couldn't go either way. So yeah. But that scream in the background was my dying credibility when you thought I took a shade with his Reavers.
With his Reavers, yeah.
No, you only took Reavers with Axes.
Then we quickly recovered and said, oh no, because he won the his faction, so he couldn't have taken a shade.
In his faction, didn't his faction's points value go up because there was a cheating scumbag?
Cheater.
There's a cheater who got all of his points taken off.
He got like minus 20 points or something.
Would Ed have won that tournament if that hadn't happened?
Don't know. In the past.
Well done. Well done, that cheating scumbag. I know Steve doesn't like you, but a lot of people do. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. He's put, although at 700 points he might take a shade. My question this week is, if you're both allowed both the good and evil in one army, who or what would you ally in with your Rohan or Woes Elves?
What, so
if you could ally in...
Oh, Ringwraiths. Ringwraiths for good.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ringwraiths on Fell Beasts.
Yeah.
That'd be good for both of us.
Even just Ringwraiths on foot, I'd be happy with them.
Really?
Cheap casters with a bit of might.
Yeah.
Or a shade. make the Woes Elves even better. Although there's no fun in a shade. A shade's just there for winning.
I'm not sure what I would do. It'd have to be something that could keep up with the Rohan, so I guess I'd have to do something just for coolness.
Serpent Riders? Get some lances?
I'm not really, well, that would be cool, wouldn't it? That would be good, get some lances in there.
Morgul Knights?
Maybe some Morgul Knights, they're quite cool looking.
With Dark Marshal, banner, rerolls for everyone?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I'd probably do something like that. Or even just for the cool factor. I love the Candish on... No. No. For the Candish Horsemen.
Yeah. Just send them a Mummock, then send you the Suns.
Did I tell you that I rewatched your versus Entwistle bat rep the other day? That's a great bat rep, by the way, if you want to go and watch that. He swears a couple of times, which isn't good.
No. But those dice rolls, 20 dice to get a 6 or something to win the fight.
But Dan rolling 4-1, that the original hashtag Bosch moment. That's such a good moment, and I couldn't even remember that happening until it came up in hashtag Bosch, and that's why I rewatched that bat rep, because it was so long ago.
That was the intention for the hashtag Bosch video.
Yeah.
Give them to go rewatch videos.
Well worth it. Go and rewatch those videos, guys. So yeah, there's our answer, Longy970. Hope that helps.
Did we even ask a question? Oh yeah, yes. What model would we take?
Yeah, what would we take? So you said Ringwraiths. And next up, we've got Mr. Handsome, charming man himself, Thomas Harrison. Not quite GBHL Tom Harrison. He's put liking the new GBHL banner guys. Nice background. Yeah, you put it on the parchment.
Yeah, rather than white. It just looks a bit more thematic.
It does indeed. As for a question, do you think that Speak Friend and Question will make it to 100 episodes without missing a week? I know why you're asking this question. Because you're missing some episodes of The Planter because you're going on holiday. Well, that's never stopped us. That's all I'm saying.
We don't go on holiday. We don't get holidays.
No, and we couldn't go on holiday when we've got a channel to run. We care far too much about this project. Obviously, a lot more than you guys. Ooh. He's put, what would make you miss an episode? Or there's always been one of us to pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't think I've missed one yet.
No.
I've always been sort of slightly jealous of the idea that you could be doing one on your own. It's like, what? He's getting camera time and I'm not on there?
Diva.
I'm not having him having a show that I'm not on.
I guess it demands a bowl of blue M&Ms. Just blue.
Just blue.
What made us miss a show? Sickness for me. I dragged myself sort of out of the house today for this.
I guess he means like, because
Yeah.
but if that happened, then I would step up and do it. And
But I think it's easier to do a one-man show, Speak Friend and Question, than The Planter.
yeah, because that's a discussion-based show.
Yeah, I think The Planter you'd very easily become sidetracked. Whereas this, it's almost like you're still speaking to someone.
Yeah.
Because you got a question and an answer, question and answer.
Yeah. Whereas that is, the remit of it is, it's a discussion show. It's two people who know a lot about the hobby and very passionate about the hobby, and are both good-looking guys. Just having a chat about.
It's like the opposite of this show.
The opposite of this show. Yeah. Jedwood and. I don't know.
No, I've been called, but my hair used to be longer and curlier. I used to get called one of the Jonas Brothers. Back when I was clean shaven.
Jedwood and Jonas. So yeah, in terms of both of us, I don't think both of us would. It'd have to be some serious catastrophe.
Yeah, for us both.
Touch wood, that never happens. He's put keep up the good work always.
Maybe if it was like the Scottish tournament, maybe. No, because I'm travelling up on the Friday.
And we'll do it beforehand.
Yeah.
We'll always find a way.
I think it's easier for us to meet up than for those guys is.
Yeah, of course it is. Next up, we've got Ian Marley. He's put a question this week is an opinion-based question comparing characters from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
So this isn't books, this isn't
Or the
miniatures.
games.
No, this is movies. So he's put Bard or Aragorn?
Bard.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like Aragorn.
Aragorn's awesome.
He's just a bit.
But Bard is a cool character in the movie, and he's played very well.
Yeah.
No, but Aragorn for me, Bard for you. Okay. Boromir, sorry. Boromir.
Sean Bean wins every time.
Okay, my phone's doing a weird thing where if I scroll up, that comment disappears. Oh, it's back. It's back. Tauriel or Arwen?
Tauriel. Arwen frustrates me in the films. It's just rubbish.
Yep, Tauriel. Dwalin or Gimli?
Gimli.
Gimmers!
He's the comic relief, and Dwalin doesn't really fulfil that role.
Nope. Thranduil or Elrond?
Elrond.
I agree. Frodo or Bilbo?
Bilbo. Frodo's a whiny little git.
Azog or Bolg? Azog.
Azog, just because he's developed a bit more.
Yep. So yeah, we agreed on everything there apart from Aragorn. Bard.
Yeah.
Interestingly, a lot of Lord of the Rings choices for us there. Imagine, no, we chose Bilbo and we chose Tauriel. And you chose Bard.
Yeah.
Right, okay. But I hope the new camera is working for you. Yes. Yep. I think some videos have some sound issues at time. Hopefully that will improve as well as your storage space. Yeah, it will do. We've already noticed it with this, and I hope you guys have noticed it. But this microphone here is great.
Yeah.
I've not had to. What the problem that we've had in the past is because we're using these phones or.
You may occasionally just cover up the microphone without realising it. It becomes a little bit muffled, and then the next shot isn't because you've changed how you're holding the phone.
And because the microphone isn't great on it, what happens as well is when you go into editing, because the sound isn't good enough, you have to raise the sound, and when you raise the sound or try and equalise any of it, then you end up getting a tinny effect, which you've noticed a few times. James, your video is tinny.
Yeah.
What can I do?
It's uploaded and published now, so do one.
I think that's basically what I put every time. Yeah, but it's done.
Yeah, what happened next time?
But it's when like you've got to balance the sound and stuff, or when you've got to raise it. So yeah, with this, that helps a lot, and hopefully, you know, at some point we'll be able to afford some actual microphones, because that make a big difference.
And then we can record and actually release a podcast.
Which is, you know, your dream really.
That's not
one of them. Have a podcast, have a gaming hall.
Yeah, have a gaming hall. That's like.
Well, you know what to do.
Yeah.
He's put, please don't put the battle reports on a tripod. The way you record them now give a sense of realism and fully captures how a player views the game. And for new players, this can help replicate the experience and help them get further involved. Best battle reports I have seen. Well, thank you very much, Ian.
Yeah.
And we tend to agree.
Yeah.
We are the best battle reports that anybody could ever. So we agree with the tripod thing.
Yeah, we recorded one video with the tripod. I was against Josh Meads and his orcs, and it just, the game is a bit more boring to watch.
Yes. Because you're not involved, you don't feel like you're the player. I completely agree with you, it's the involvement thing. And yes, there is that element of, you know, when people are zooming in, it's like some people don't like that.
People get a bit motion sick. I think on the old camera, especially.
This has got a really cool thing where as you move, it doesn't move immediately with you, so even though you're moving, it slows the movement down on the actual screen. It's really clever.
I think Damien's camera does the same, because
Yeah,
I'm always
he's got a good
confused.
camera.
Always confused when I move and it's like, wait, oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's got this kind of almost like
Delayed.
a gyro kind of delayed thing where it slows it down, and it also does a thing where if you move too quick, it kind of makes it slightly. Oh, sorry, it closes in, so it's almost like you zoomed in slightly, so you're not getting that edge sort of blurring effect. Things like lighting and things will help us as well. So yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying how we're doing them. I don't think we're going to do them on a tripod, to be honest.
No.
They're not as fun to film.
If we ever do X-Wing again, maybe on the tripod, and we can just play the game.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Dave Whittaker. My source is a Nottingham-based G-Dub staff who reckon they got the info from HQ, several people on different occasions. So he's talking about the fact that we were like, what's your reference to saying that Schmaug
was not released because he was the wrong scale.
I still doubt that as a source. Like knowing how the structure works.
Yeah, I mean, like,
people don't know anything.
James Braun works there as part of the Games Workshop design team for the website, and he doesn't know anything more than a Games Workshop in the staff who's part-time knows. Yep.
It's but the license is now held with Warner rather than New Line. It's very different. So he's basically saying that our argument that the license with New Line, sorry, the license for the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings would be the same or similar.
Wait, is that a Smog model over there? One sec.
This is a GBHL exclusive. We present to you Smog the Terrible. You didn't think it was coming. Barrel Rider, Barrel Rider. I'm going to go and burn down your friends in Lake Town. Just because I can. There you go. And the reason why you didn't see everything that was going... Is it like an old McDonald's toy?
Yeah, it's how to Train Your Dragon. How does it work?
This is a GBHL exclusive. The reason why you have not seen the Schmaug model released is because Games Workshop decided that the only place to release a new Hobbit miniature of this scale and quality was the GBHL YouTube channel, people. Wow, Schmaug, he looks good. What's his stats? Fight 10.
Fight 10, yeah, must be.
Fight 10. Attacks?
4.
4 attacks. Defense?
9.
9.
I'm gonna have some weakness.
Courage?
5.
Oh, interesting. Flies?
Yeah.
Breathes fire?
Yeah. Should do.
Should do. So there you go. That's Schmaug, and that's why there it is. It's released. Yeah. That was handy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was lucky.
That was not set up at all.
No.
I've also heard that Schmaug is likely to be released along with the next film. Hopefully that will be the case, and I guess we'll see that. I'm not claiming to be correct, but it does sound plausible. Also, it's worth noting just how much smaller a Schmaug model would need to be to fit on the same base as a Mumuk, for example. A Mumuk in the movies is bigger than Schmaug in the movies. Maybe not as long, but it is bigger.
Big. It's big. It's as big as the walls of Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
If not a bit bigger.
Exactamundo. He's put, recent videos on the channel and the Facebook group have discussed the meaning of fluff. It was my belief, I might be wrong, that the term comes from Warhammer Fantasy Battles and 40k, possibly other games too, and refers to the backstory which pads out the rules, books and army books. With some people only being interested in profiles, put it away. The normal gibbling fidget thing. With some people only being interested in profiles, this is seen as padding, fluff to fill out the books. That is my understanding, therefore why gamers refer to themed armies as fluffy rather than simply calling... That's the end of your comment on here. They won't go down any further. Yeah, so fluffy is referring to backstory, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Especially in 40k, what fluff can also mean is, like, you've taken your core stuff that you want in your force, and then you fill it with fluff just to pad up the rest of the points.
Okay.
So let's say you've taken your core sort of Knight of Aylmer... Knight of Aylmer?
Knight of Aylmer sounds good. New profile.
Yeah. Knight of the Pelennor...
Fight 6.
Sons of Ale, for you wish. Sons of Ale, Erkenbrand and Sons of Ale, and then the rest of it's kind of like your Riders of Rohan would be your fluff for the force, key to fill out the points.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, and in Lord of the Rings, when we talk about fluff, it's things that are from the books or the movies. So it's the same kind of thing. It's things that which are adhering to the backstory.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Jordan Giacinti. How's it going, buddy? He's put, hi guys, just wondering if Eristor gets to reroll to wound when throwing his daggers and when using them in combat, or do you have to choose one or the other?
I say both.
He does do both. We've done it both as both.
Yeah, pretty sure we have.
I know you can get to use them in combat, but it's not clear if he gets to reroll in both phases.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he does. Loving all of the new additions and content. You guys really do make a positive impact for this hobby game. Keep it up. Well, thank you very much for your kind words. If you agree, make sure as always that you're liking and commenting and sharing, because it helps us so much. We should do like a bring a friend week or something like where people have got to bring a subscriber.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Bring a subscriber, and then you actually put down who the new subscriber is that you put in, and maybe do it as a bit of a competition. Because if everybody did it, we would double in size.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the cobwebs that I've just noticed in the discussion. That one must have been there for
years. Jamie's got a little bit of thing at the Northwest Gaming Centre. Yes. When we ran our tournament here in April, we came in on the Thursday and we did some cleaning,
some deep cleaning.
Because the rest of the time it's pretty scruffy place actually for a big gaming hall. I mean, this is a great big gaming hall.
Yeah. Just thinking of the work we've got to do ready for September.
And you come down with our dusters.
Yeah. Marigolds.
Yoo-hoo.
Next summer blowout.
Next up we've got Twas Seragon. He's put, hi guys, I'll start by saying I think the Middle-earth's Deadliest Warband semi between Jamie's Moria and Kieran's Elves was the game of the year for him.
Oh, that's good.
That was a good game,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was over there, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
It takes me a while to remember games.
It was close. My question this week, where can I get some axes? You see, I've got Ganbury Gan who needs controversial.
Ganbury
Gan who needs converting. Great work and keep up the content, guys. Keep it up.
E-Bob. That's where I got my axes from.
No.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the Peter Sanderson comment to come.
Oh, yes, yes. Next up we've got Joe Holahan. So, hey lads, what's the best way of getting people into the game?
Through either like the balanced tomb scenario for the Fellowship, or probably the Escape from Goblin Town.
Yep, do some nice fun scenarios, play in situations which don't use special rules, let them win.
Let them win is the big
Give
one.
them the cool characters that they know from the movies.
Yeah.
Don't give them the goblins and stuff, that's no fun for them.
Yeah.
Introduce them to the channel. At the moment that they see Jamie's handsome mug, they'll be like, right.
I was really hoping there'd be another mug, like just a mug knocking around.
Then like they'll have to get involved.
Yeah.
They
won't even want to, they just will.
Bring them to a tournament as well, because that's a great way of introducing them to other people who are passionate, and if they are experienced other people that are passionate about the game and would be somebody who would get into it, then that helps them get into it. So that's what we say. That's quite a frequently asked question.
Yeah.
That can be in our new series.
Yeah.
Next up we've got Camille Demansky. He's put, it's me again. I forgot to thank you, James, for the video about the wet palette. He's put, I've used it and I love it. Guys, wet palettes are for winners. Yes, they are. Interestingly enough, the wet palette video that I did, that style of wet palette, I don't use that anymore. I've upgraded to a new style of wet palette, and there will be a Hobbit hobby video soon showing you how to make that wet palette, which is even better. Very cool.
What's that meant to be?
Some kind of hedge?
Hedge? Do you reckon hedge? It looks like it should be like...
No, it's a wood for and like epic or something.
Didn't drop it. It's on camera. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought like a wood for epic or something, but they've painted it grey at the bottom rather than brown.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Interesting. So yeah, keep an eye out for that wet palette video, and if anybody would like to see any more Hobbit hobby tips, let me know what you would like me to do a video on, and it's within my limited capabilities. I would do my best. Next up, we've got Barry O'Neill. Cannot wait to have a beverage with this dude when he comes up to Stockport 2.0, which is how far away, Jamie?
This goes out on Sunday, which is the 14th?
Yep.
So 2 weeks, just under.
Can't wait, and we have nearly got over
days.
50. The biggest independent tournament ever in the history of the universe. So
we think. I can't recall.
No one can dispute the claim. Let's just go with it.
Okay, go with it.
It's a good marketing line. If you're not coming, come down. If you're thinking, oh right, well, you know, I've not been playing the game that long, and oh, I don't really know how to play. Just come, I'll show you. I'll come. I'll help you. And you know, you're going to meet some great people here. We've got some cool prizes as well that we're setting up. The boards are going to look amazing. We've got some decent socials that are going on. There'll be a quiz, you know, inspired by what's going on.
Are you writing the quiz?
Yeah.
Have you written the quiz?
No.
Get on it. Get on
it. It won't take me long. It won't take me long. I'm quite good with me talking this stuff. The rules stuff, that's a bit when I'll struggle. I'll have to get the rules book out for one.
Yeah.
Inevitably I'll do the answers will be wrong.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm worrying about.
What strength is what here? Things like that. He's put, hey guys, loving the new content, planting hobby vlogs. Yeah, the hobby vlogs is a good one. Three videos. Be good to get Tom Harrison in on that as well.
4 videos.
4 videos on a Monday.
4 times as many views.
But that's the thing. It's a really good day of views in terms of content. Really helps us. He's put, just a quick question about Desolation of Stockport 2.0. He's put, I recently took a step up in my painting ability. I joined the club painting, but in turn has slowed down my output immensely. I will get my army finished for the tournament, but as I need 10 dismounts, could I use my old poorly painted models if I run out in time?
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's in relation to the next part. You wrote for the best army painted. Could you put them to one side?
As the dismounts aren't technically part of my starting force, could I hide them for the best army judging? That's what I do.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, I've seen people.
Because technically, in the rules, a dismount can be a coin.
Yeah, well, a dismount could be a marker on the cavalry model.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah,
but you don't really want to be doing that. But like the painting dismounts after you've painted a load of cavalry is so depressing. And I have to hold my hands up, you know, guilty as charged. That's something that I should have got on with ages ago, and I've just avoided. So there's lots of half-painted footballers.
You usually just hope that you paint like 5 and then hope that they all don't get dismounted in enough time.
I hate it when that happens. You come up against something that can hurl, or Thranduil, or someone shoots horses. It's so depressing. Like, oh, well, I've got to go and get that one out. And like, next thing you know, yeah, I'm going to strike the horse. What? Why would you strike the horse of the son of Ale? Just kill the dude so I can take the whole model off. So yeah, of course you can. Thanks guys, keep up the great work. I'll see you in a few weeks.
See you.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Next up we've got Matt Rondo's, but hey there guys, my question for you guys this week is, what type of music do you listen to? Oh, we got this last week.
Yeah.
And do you ever carry the themes of some of that music into your army themes? Did you ask this last week and just think that we didn't answer it? I myself am theming my Moria army after the song Tyrants by the metal band Immortal, and the Wood Elves after the Dio song, Rainbow in the Dark. Thanks again for your time. Happy wargaming.
That's just a similar question to one we got last week, probably.
Yeah, we listen to all sorts.
Yeah, there's no particular genre of music that I listen to.
No, all sorts. Quite open-minded. And in terms of themed music,
to follow through? No, not particularly. There's sort of like, I remember when I was painting my Imperial Guard army, I had the Queen album playing in the background. So now whenever I hear a Queen song, I think of the Imperial Guard that I was painting at the time. yeah.
Okay, so next up we've got...
Is it Peter Sanson?
We've got Peter Sanson.
Oh.
So this...
my white knight here defending me.
I found it a really interesting
It is
point.
an interesting
It's really interesting, because it's at what level do things become, you know, going too far one way or the other. Okay, so it's a really, really good comment. It stirred up a lot of interesting discussion.
Yep.
So Peter Sanson, he's put, I'm a bit nervous. You shouldn't have been, okay? You need to say something to us, you say it. He's put, this is my first time trolling. I wouldn't count this as trolling.
This isn't trolling. This is what confused me. I thought this was all sarcasm the first time I read it, because you said it's my first time trolling. And trolling is just trying to provoke a reaction out of someone. Yeah. Without actually meaning to.
Yeah, trolling is like if someone just goes on there and goes, you know...
Your videos are the worst on YouTube, and I'm 12 years old.
What was that one that we got? Remember, it was GW Fan Boys. I know your game. Trying so hard to get noticed by GW. Yeah. I know your game. That's what we got a comment like that in the early days. I was like, what's that all about?
This guy. And then you replied, and we were like, no.
And then you sent me a message saying, don't reply to these people.
Don't feed them.
In fact, you actually sent me a video of someone talking about why you shouldn't feed these people. Which is interesting. He's put, but here goes, and there'll be a question at the end, I promise. I was utterly disgusted and horrified after listening to the first Longbottom Carnival video and hearing Jamie say he modelled Gambury Gan with an axe. I nearly clicked the dislike right there. What was he thinking when doing this?
I wanted to win.
Seriously. And that's what it comes down. It's legal and he wanted to win. I believe that is totally different from converting warriors like Woses, Elves, Corsairs, and it can even be acceptable using captains with axes, but the moment you travel into the realm of named heroes, you step over the line for him, and you step over it with a big step. So his examples are Arathorn with an axe, Aragorn Isildur's heir with an axe, Forlong with an axe, any Rohan character, Kirian, Damrod. I have the Kings of the Men book in front of me, all with axes. So yeah, basically anything with a low defense, it's a hero, can suddenly go up in a lot of strength. It would be legal, true. You would have to convert them and remodel them, but that is the same as with Gan. Gilgalad with an axe is legal. Where would it stop? If this was done to me in a tournament, I would call the TO directly. I would. Unfortunately, it cuts off there on my.
Do you want me to see if I can get it on mine?
Yeah, I think on my phone, if you write beyond a certain part, it
certain like text number or something.
It just won't let me go beyond it. It's very, very... I find it really interesting, like at what point...
When's it too much?
When is it too much to do? And my thoughts are, I mean, from a game point of view, of course, it is perfectly legal. So in terms of that last bit, in terms of calling a TO, the TO is obviously not going to rule against that person. I guess you're doing it because you just want to voice your sort of disgust that you're having to play against someone who is
what did you get up to?
I got up to, if this was done to me in a tournament, I would call the TO directly. I would
be questioning and challenging all rules and generally be very unsporting against you just to show my disgust with that conversion. And in this very video, you dare to call someone else cheesy. You have forever lost all right to call anyone cheesy forever. I warned you this would be a troll post.
It's not a troll post.
No.
I think it's a fair point and an interesting discussion.
Although, however, if you were to then be, as you say, unsporting, again, challenging all rules and generally being unsporting against you, I think you're in the wrong there.
Yeah.
Because, whilst you may not like that I've done it, it's in the rules, and then you're being the D-I-C-K.
Yeah, don't say it.
Yeah, I won't say it.
I think it's really interesting because you know, on some level you could turn around and say, well, you know, putting axes on things like fight 5 attack thing like a Reaver.
I think axes on a Reaver is more abusive than putting it on Gambury Gan.
But what is very interesting is the fact then, you know, let's say you've got like an Aragorn Isildur's heir or like a Strider or something, and you know, defense 5 or 6 on the Strider, you know, depending whether you give him armour or not. You give him an axe, why would you ever give him a 75-point Anduril?
Well, Anduril's rubbish anyway.
But what, I know that people want to do that anyway, but why would you do it when you can give him an axe so he can go up in strength anyway? Because, you know, if he's losing the fight, he's not doing great anyway. Yeah. And you're relying on your heroes winning fights a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And most of the time they will. So you're being able to up your strength. And go from strength 4 to strength 7. Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to stop you doing it. If you wanted to do it, you could do it.
What's your thoughts about that? So if you come up against...
Well, I wouldn't like to ruin... I say ruin. I wouldn't like to change the big models in that way.
Yep.
In case the rules then change back. With Gonbry gone, I could easily just take out the axe and swap it for a sword if it was to be like that.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting point of discussion. It just shows how controversial special strikes are.
Well, how controversial piercing strike is.
Piercing strike in particular for low defense models. And let's face it, piercing strike is intended for dwarves.
Yeah, it is.
Piercing strike is intended for dwarves, so that you've got that risk element that, well, hang on a minute, you know, most of the dwarves here, they're strength 3, you know, like most good armies, strength wise, so their killing power isn't great, but their defense is good. But hang on a minute, you can sacrifice, you can take a risk to that high defense. The rule, I don't think, was intended for people to be putting them on Reavers, etc. And I think the easiest way to fix this in the long run would be to, obviously, you put in all the original profiles the weapons they come with. So Reavers come with two swords. Yeah. You know, if that's what they come with, you know, they might be.
Reavers were never modelled by Games Workshop, so it's everyone's imagination of what a Reaver is.
Exactly. I certainly wasn't thinking cheese when I put axes on.
Really?
You know what? When I did it originally, it was more about, you know, this is cheese.
Getting the swords.
The swords on the front rank of the dwarves, because I was like, why would I have a piercing strike with a dwarf?
Yeah.
And I really like the sword mace kind of thing.
Yeah.
So originally I took the axes off the Warriors of Erebor because I wanted the swords to be on.
Yeah.
And then of course they were going on the Reavers because they're spare. And then of course that's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Some of the comments were. Yeah, I think Ed was basically, it's perfectly legal. It's perfectly legal. I think always the best thing to do when someone is being cheesy is to rib them for it rather than it being a hostile thing. Yeah. Like, we take the mickey out of each other all the time. You know, so Jamie will get a bit of a ribbing for doing it. You know, and that's kind of like his shame, it's his punishment.
Yeah, but it's something you have to remember that this is a tournament for the league, and currently I'm in a good place, so I want to maximise my potential. What I've not done is I've not put an axe on every elf.
You've got a Cold War situation as well. You've got a Cold War situation because Jamie's in a really good position, but is very aware that, you know, other people are bringing, you know, your Reavers with axes and shades and stuff. So it's like,
which is what beat me at the tournament's just gone.
So it's like, at what, you know, do you throw away the competitive side of it, you know, or do you go to meet it? And I think when you're in a good position, you're going to be more likely to do it. Yeah. You know, I think on the whole, most people are going to be reasonably sensible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to rush out and convert all my elves with axes because I don't want to ruin the models. Whereas actually, if you look at my Gonbry Gone, I've got them here, and the roses, I honestly believe if I hadn't told everyone I'd stuck the axes on them, people wouldn't have noticed originally. Like when I said to Damien, "Oh, I've stuck the axe on him," he's like, "You're a scumbag," but I wouldn't have known you'd have stuck it on.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Otherwise,
they do look cool as a conversion. You know, yeah, it's gaming the game, isn't it? It's gaming the game. It's there in the rules. Because it's part of the rules, we've just got to accept it, and I guess hopefully it doesn't get abused too much. And it is something that I hope that will get slightly changed.
Yeah.
Whether it will or not, I don't know. And in the meantime, we'll just have to live with it. But very, very interesting. Should we do the rest off your foot?
I'll say, do you want to continue? Because it'll be in a different order.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, no problem. But yeah, don't ever be nervous about calling us out about anything that we do. Because, you know, we're all learning together and learning the new rules together and learning, you know, what it's like to have a league that's now really picked up and at the top end is quite competitive. Next up we've got Hal Torian. He's put, "Hey guys, sorry it's been a while. My question is about the use of named characters. My gaming group has recently started cutting back on their use, using more minor characters or generic captains and such. What do you guys think of this idea? After seeing Aemir and Aragorn die for the 100th time, they just don't feel like the real thing. For us, it has led to some awesome and tense low mic games, and we think it really works well at around 300 points.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. We've enjoyed it so much we started naming our captains and giving them background, making them into characters of their own. As always, thanks for all of your hard work. Battle companies, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. But yeah, small points games.
Small points games, you probably don't want your armies and Aragorns in there, really. Because they'll either dominate it or mess up.
Yeah, the only time really that you would think about taking them at that kind of, well, those lower points costs, if you all hero it.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're limiting your troop capability.
Yeah.
And your ability to win the scenarios as they're written. Next up, Billy Fitzmaurice.
Billy.
Billy. He's put, I was sure I asked a question last week, but I went back to have a look and it wasn't there. Then I remembered that I messaged Jamie on Facebook. It was about the t-shirts, I believe.
Yeah. I'll have to double check on the Google Drive, but I don't think I've received your payment. I'm not sure. I'll double check, and if so, I've written out your envelope, and I've got some t-shirts left over, so I will sort it out if it has been paid.
Okie doke. So make sure you paid Billy. He's put, sorry for forgetting to ask one last week. My one this week involves Desolation of Stockport 2.0. He's put, I've scrapped my list with the Necromancer as I realised at Longbottom that even at 700 points, he's a big chunk of your army. Kieran did well with him, didn't he? East Winstead.
Yes, yeah.
He did really well.
He took a Troll Force and Shadow Lord. It's a bit of a scumbag, really.
Kieran, the fluffiest player around, took a scumbag and he did well.
And he came second. No, he dropped massively in the last game.
Yeah, he dropped below. He dropped below me and Tom, I think, even. Me and Tom getting ourselves nice settled with a 4th and 5th, having a draw on the last game. So fitting him to 600 is a no-go. So I've decided to bring back the Goblin Town, but different to my Throne of Skulls list. My question is, I plan on allying in a Moria Goblin Shaman. Would you guys have a problem with me using the Druzag model as a standard Goblin Shaman? The reason I wanted to do this is because I think he looks more like a Goblin Town Goblin than a standard Moria Goblin Shaman who has armour. I'm planning on bringing them both and asking my opponent if they'd be okay for me using Druzag with the Moria Shaman stats. If not, then I can use the actual model. So buying both, I'm showing that I'm cuts off.
Probably doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, I think if you bring him the Moria Goblin Shaman as well to stand in for your proxy.
See, I would say that is a blatant proxy.
Yeah.
And because it's such a proxy, there has to be surely there's got to be some effort to make it look like.
Yeah, even if he's painted like a Goblin Town Goblin.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that you are bringing the correct model as well and saying, are you happy with me using this? No, I'm not. I'll get confused.
Yeah.
Fine, here's the real one.
Yeah.
So I think that would be okay. Because you've got the real model to swap in case your opponent does get confused.
Do your paint scheme so that it looks like you put some effort into, you know, making it look Goblin Towny and say, this is my Goblin Town Shaman. It is a Druzag model that's been painted a particular way. Are you happy for me to use it as that? As long as the opponent is, then it should be fine.
Well, I think with that proxy, it's like, yes, it's a blatant proxy, but the fact you've got the model there to sub in straight away as soon as someone gets confused and doesn't want to play against it, then that's fine. And
that is all 36 questions on my phone. Do you want to have a quick check on yours just to see if we've missed any out? A nice long one this week, so I hope you guys got lots and lots of painting done. We're on 1 hour 23 minutes and 11, 12, 13 seconds. And that's what this show is all about. It's about you guys getting some painting done, listening to us chat and answer some questions. We've got a ton of interesting content coming up, some of which is going to be some Speak Friend and Question FAQ short videos, because there are certain questions that we get asked quite a lot. Such as, how did we meet? What do you think of this Isengard army? Things along those lines.
Nothing else extra.
Nothing else extra, brilliant. So expect to see that soon. There should be some little interesting questions. Make sure, as always, guys, that you comment, like, share and subscribe.
I don't know.
Support your Hobbit.
Support your Hobbit hobby and follow us on Twitter.
And happy strategy battle gaming.
I forgot entirely.